Webbed toes, slippery smooth skin and triangular head help frog to swim easily through the water. If you have observed the frog, you are knowing that frogs are having the webbed toes, they are having slippery smooth skin and their head shape, it is triangular. So they can easily swim into the water and they can survive in that water. They can live both on land as well as in water also. Now what helps them to breathe inside? Yes, so if they are there in the water, they can breathe through their skin. But if they are present outside the water, that is on land, they are breathing properly like with the help of nose as well as the lungs. So the typical color of the frog's back helps them to hide among the grasses. Now obviously frog will hide themselves from other animals like such as snake, etc. So the typical color which has been given to them, which they have been adapted themselves in a such a way that the typical color of the frog make them easily to hide inside the grasses. So now we will see that they have told you one question here. Make a list of the name of some other amphibians. Now tortoise is coming into it. You can also find out some other animals which have been amphibian. Now what are the adaptations in forest as well as the grassland animals? Now in forest we are knowing there are various type of animals. Wild animals are more. So carnivorous animals like wild dog, fox, tiger, lion have strong legs to run fast and capture their prey. Now these animals such as lion and tiger, they are having strong legs. So you have been seen also that these animals run very fast. They have claws and their canine teeth are sharp and pointed. They are having claws and their canine teeth. Now in further lesson you are having the type of teeth, but before that only I will elaborate what is meant by canine teeth. Canine teeth are the teeth which are present and which are pointed. They are present on the either side, not on the front of it, but either side, which can hold something firmly into the mouth. If you are eating an apple, the something that holds that apple, that are the canine teeth, and it can remove the whole flesh of it. Same way, these canine teeth in the animals help them to hold the flesh of other animals and they can easily tear it. Tigers have padded paws. This enables them to silently stalk their prey and capture it easily. Padded means you know. Now something like thin or rough one, it can easily create a voice. But tiger, they are adapted in such a way, tiger, lion, they are having a padded paws. So what happens when they walk also, no, it will not create any sort of sound. And if there is no sound, they can easily catch hold their prey. The eyes of the predator carnivores are located in front of their head. If you have been observed their eyes, they are being pointed in front of their head itself, and it is exactly above their nose in a slanting way. So what is the use of these eyes? They can easily find that their prey and they can easily locate, they can easily stare at the prey and they can afterwards hunt it. It helps them to spot their prey from a long distance. The eyes of these predator carnivores can easily help them to find out their prey. The eyes of the herbivores are below the forehead. Now we have seen about the carnivores. So if I have asked you the question, what are the characteristics or what are the adaptation in a carnivorous animals? So first thing you are going to tell, they are having a strong legs which can help them to run fast. Their eyes are located below their head, which can help them to stare and which can help them to stalk at their prey. Okay, they are having canine teeth which can hold the flesh of a particular other animal. Now we will see for herbivores. The eyes of the herbivores are below the forehead on either side of the head. If you have observed your own face, now you are knowing your forehead. Forehead means kapal, we can say. Below that your eyes have been located, and your eyes can give you the wide range. Wide range means we can see in a semicircular angle, like for example you can see from your right side also, you can see from your left side also. It is not been happening in the part of carnivores. Only herbivores are having such adaptations that we can see into the wide range. Like if anyone is coming from your back or anyone is coming from the left side, you can find that there is someone who is present at your back. But the animals such as in carnivores, they cannot see that because their eyes have been located down below their head, and our eyes and the herbivores eyes have been located at the they are very away from each other. This gives them the wide angle vision which helps them to protect from the predators. So easily they can understand that someone is coming from my left side or someone is coming from my right side, and their legs are thin and tapering like. If you have observed the legs of the deer or any of the black buck means corvid, the legs are long and tapering with the strong hooves which enables them to run fast, taking a long leaps. Long leaps means long steps. Their long and freely moving ears can receive the sound from the long distance. If you have been observed the ears of deer and other herbivorous animals, they are having the long and moving ears which can easily help them to identify the sound which is coming from far distance. The deer and the black bucks have colors that merge with their surrounding. If you have been seeing the colors, it will automatically adjust themselves in their surrounding, and which can help them to hide themselves. Their teeth are strong for chewing tough plant material also. The teeth which have been present in the herbivorous animal, they are not canine we can say, but it is strong enough to chew any tough plant material, because these are herbivorous animals. They will only eat plants. They are not going to eat flesh of any other animals. So just now we have studied two type of animals and their adaptation. One is carnivorous and other is herbivores. Now we will go for the adaptation in desert animals. We have already studied the adaptation of desert plants. Now we will study the adaptation of desert animals. Deserts are characterized by the severe scarcity of water. Severe means extreme. Scarcity means lack or shortage of water. Now we are knowing desert place there is lack of water. Hence, desert animals have a thick skin to prevent the loss of water from their body. So the skin which is present on their body, it is very thick so that the pores will not release out the sweat. So they will not release out more water from their body in that extreme heat. Their legs are long with flat and cushioned sole. If you can see their legs are long and they are flat. The base of their legs, it is flat and they are having a cushioned sole. Cushion means it is like something soft one which helps them to walk in that particular environment, in that surrounding. The nostrils are protected by the fold of skin and the eyelashes are long and thick. The nostrils means the part of nose. It is been covered by the fold of skin. Why this has been covered by the fold of skin? If you have been seeing the camel, there is a continuous blow of air in the desert areas. The sand which has been blowing, it is also coming along with that air and it can enter their nose. So they can breathe with the help of the nose, but it is having a fold of a skin which will not allow the sand to go in their nose. And second thing, their eyelashes are long and thick. Same reason why it can also protect their eyes. If the sand is going to enter in their eye, these eyelashes will help it. Okay. Now rats, snakes, spiders, lizards in desert live in a deep burrow during daytime and are active at the night time. Why daytime they are inside? Because daytime there is a sun, and to protect themselves they only come out during the night time. Okay, so these are the characteristics, or these are the adaptation in desert animals. Now what are the adaptations in snowy regions? From the internet, download images of the animals like yak, polar bear, white fox, silver fox, mountain goat, Siberian husky dog and snow leopard. Now these animals, if you observe, there will be some similarities between them. If you see the snow animals, the polar bear, such as their color will be white. Now one thing you can understand, if their color is white, why it is been adapted in such a way, they can protect themselves, they can hide themselves into that snow. So if any other animals are going to hunt them, they can save their lives. So the white or the silver color, body color, long thick hair, on the skin are the typical characteristic of the snowy region animals. So their body texture, you can say the skin on their body is very much thick. Why it is thick? Now you people will be knowing that we are feeling cold and the snowy areas means the temperature will be in the minus degrees. So to protect their body from the loss of water and to prevent themselves in that particular cold area, that skin texture or the skin is thick on their body and that color is white, so that they can protect themselves from the any other animals. Now we will go for the adaptation in aerial animals. Aerial means what? The animals which stay on the trees, or the one which fly, or the one which take help of the trees to stay. Now what is the main difference between the vehicles on the road and the aeroplanes? Now we are knowing vehicles on the road, they are been going from the road surface, but the aeroplanes, they are flying up in the sky. Same way, now aeroplane, they have been modified in such a way the weight being extreme also, it can fly up in the sky against the gravity. So that metal which has been used in aeroplane, it is reduced in such a way, the density will be also very less, so that it can go up high up in the sky against the gravity. Now the spindle shaped body of the birds also minimizes the resistance of the air while flying. If you see the body of a particular bird, it is in such a way designed that it can fly. If the extreme air also comes, extreme wind comes, they can automatically control their body, they can automatically resist their body and they can fly up in the sky. Their bones are hollow. Hollow means poker. What does this hollow bones do? It is making their body lightweight. Lightweight means thoda sa halka karta hai, and which can help them to fly up in the sky without carrying more weight. A body covering with feathers and modification of the forelegs into wing. Forelegs means the front legs into wing. Their body is light in weight and adapted for flying. Now what are the adaptations in these aerial animals? They are having a spindle shaped body. I will give you the meaning of the spindle, which helps them to minimize the resistance of the air while flying. Their bones are hollow, which can make their body lightweight, and their feathers, the forelegs means front legs, have been modified into wings, which can help them to fly up in the sky. The body of insects also is light in weight and tapers at both the ends. Tapers means it can taper at both the ends. दोन्ही साइडला फडफडू शकतात. Okay. They can fly with 2 pair of wings and also walk with 6 stick-like legs. If you have seen the cockroach or any other small like spider, they are having 6 legs and which are like very thin, like a stick. Bats can fly with the help of the patagium, a thin fold of skin between their forelegs and their hind legs. If you have seen the bat, their wings also, there is a small fold of skin between their forelegs, means front leg and the back leg, and which can help them to fly up in the sky. Now we will see the adaptations in reptiles now. Observe from the distance how snakes and earthworms creep. Which organs do they use for creeping? Are there any special changes for the purpose? Note any changes. Animals like house lizard, garden lizard, crocodile use their muscles for creeping. Now we know reptiles, they crawl. They go on a particular flat surface, such as snake, such as lizard, etc. So they are using their muscles for creeping. Creeping means to go from one place to other. It is one type of activity, or it is a type of what we can say, to go from one place to another. It is garden lizards and the lizards, they use their muscles to go from one place to other place with the help of creeping. Similarly, they show adaptation in skin, sole of feet, body color, etc. So as they are using their muscles for creeping, they also show some adaptation in the skin colors. If you have seen some reptiles, they have been adapted to the environment, the surrounding color. Some are green, some are brownish, like some are black. So as the environment, so are their adaptations. For example, the house lizard and the monitor lizards have clawed toes and thin soles, whereas snakes have a scaly skin. If you have seen that lizards are also having small legs, which can help them to walk on particularly the walls. So here we have studied the adaptation in animals. We will go for the adaptation for food in animals. We can categorize animals as herbivorous and carnivorous. Special adaptations are seen in each of the category to make the process of the feeding easy. We will discuss this in the greater detail in the chapter on nutrition. Now, how these animals take inside, the process of taking inside the food is called as ingestion. So how these animals are totally dependent upon the food and what are the processes and how they have been feeding themselves. We will study this part in the nutrition lesson, which is been mentioned later. Watch the programs on channels such as National Geography, Wild, Discovery, etc. to learn more about the feeding habits of animals such as frogs, snakes, birds, mosquitoes, butterflies, etc. You can also go through different channels. I think so most of the students are observing them. So you will understand how they are feeding themselves, how they are taking the food inside their body, how the ingestion process is going. Now we will stop here. The next part, the last part of the lesson we will discuss later. I'll give some question answers and try to solve it by listening this video. Thank you.